Newcastle. Did you watch it?
The incredible, yes, the Newcastle and Aston. I mean, that was incredible. Tonali, I mean, just coming in and doing his thing.
You've got a take though on that Tonali.
I got to take. I told you on the chat. I said Tonali is better to me than CAICEDO and well.
So why do you say that?
Well, let me rephrase that. I don't think that Declan Rice or CAICEDO are better than him. And I know that I understand that this is the Premier League and it's a tougher league than most. I'm going to say that because I don't really like saying this is the best, that, because in reality, I will agree with, what's his name? Jordan, his last name is Jordan, and on TalkSport.
Simon Jordan?
Simon Jordan. So I will agree when he said this today, actually. He said the Premier League is the most broadcasted league in the world, and that's why people just get to watch it and get to enjoy it and get to know about it more than others, even though others are known as well. So, but that's not the debate right now. The debate is why do I think Tonali is not better, but I don't think the others are better than him, even though they paid more money for him. It's just simply because Declan Rice is in England. English people are going to talk about him more. He's going to be known there more in the Premier League, of course. In CAICEDO, he's just a startup player that just came out of nowhere, and he's a boom. Like he's a headline from being bought by how much? Like $2-3 million.
113 million pounds.
No, I'm talking about when he was bought from Ecuador.
Oh, two.
Exactly. So
2 million.
You know what I mean? So it is a big story, and a lot of people were talking about how Brighton does great things as far as business, deals with players and stuff. How Incredible. They have a good eye, and I do agree with that. But I think that we just are people that focus much on the Premier League itself. I don't think that they focus on other leagues as much as other players.
I agree with you. I think fundamentally, like, I didn't know Tonali well. And yes, sure, AC Milan is in the Champions League, but if they're not in your group, you don't see them, right? If you're not up for watching Italian soccer, it's not in your sort of purview, it's not there. The thing I'll say about Tonali is, and it's usually a mark of success, the guy was a regular at 17 years old in Brescia, brought them up, then brought them down, then moves on to Milan, where, he's been a regular in the middle of that team from 20 years old. When you're 20 years old and you're in the midfield of a big club, regardless of what Milan is or isn't, even if they're bad, they have demanding fans, and in Italy, it's a big deal, right? Yeah. To be part of Milan, win the Scudetto that season is a big deal to put Milan back on the map, then go to the semifinal against Inter in the final and be part of that team. He's a good player. Listen, he hasn't had like a 15 assist season or a 10 goal season, but he's growing and getting there, and he's gotten better in his goals plus assists nearly every season. And what I saw from him in Newcastle was an additive player that can lift Newcastle's responsibility. You can't just mark Bruno. You can't just take your CAICEDO, your Conte, your Rodri's, your holding mids or your forwards and say, we're going to sit on Bruno and that's going to break up the whole Newcastle attack. That's over now. You have to sit on both of them. You've got to try and deal with this pair that can both come deep and they can swap. They both can come deep. They both can go forward. We've seen Bruno's shot was the rebound that ended up going to be the cross that Tonali scored on. So they were kind of in each other's connectivity in terms of like being back and forth, being a midfield partner. And then the third wheel of that, which I love the most, because Joe Ellington, whatever the hell his name is, to be a striker in Germany and to have Eddie Howe go, you know what? You're a shitty striker. What you should be is a ball-winning midfielder who kicks the shit out of people.
For top football news, debate, analysis, and opinion, join Top Football Club. Watch live on YouTube or on the Top FC News website, or listen live on the AMP app and on your smart speaker. Top Football Club.